answering that question. Yes, I have a concealed carry permit, and I am concealed carrying at this moment. I would hope that people felt comfortable with that due to the fact that I am a trained professional with a weapon, and I served my country for over 5 years in Afghanistan, sustained wounds in protection of those rights, and if there was an issue, I would protect any person, whether I knew him or not, with my own life. So I hope you feel comfortable with that.
Thank you, Mr.
So I'm going to make a motion. If we have somebody who is in the chambers armed, it's not necessary. I'll make a motion that we ask them to check their weapon with the police chief or to the police department. This is my motion. Or to leave the premise. That's my motion, and I'm waiting for a second.
Second. We have a motion on the floor, and all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Aye.
So that motion does not pass?
Thank you, Mayor. If I may, I'll excuse myself at this time then.
Absolutely. Councilmember Campbell.
I'd like to say something to this.
A couple council members who tried to pass a motion in reference to firearms not being allowed in council chambers. Can you touch on the legality, if that were to have passed, what the legality of that would have been?
Because of the preemption in state law, as I think I may have alluded to earlier in the meeting tonight, such an action would likely be invalid and unenforceable, and likely would not be a lawful directive in the event the police chief or others were asked to enforce such action. But since such action was not taken, it essentially becomes moot.
Well, and that's exactly what it seems to be the understanding. But and I apologize to, is it Lucas Chalfant? Oh, is it Yonkman? I apologize, Mr. Yonkman. Apologize for the for the situation where in this case we have a couple of council members, and these were the same council members that also tried to dictate whether you were able to wear a hat in council chambers. Now we're trying to take your right to bear arms away. They're stating that whether it's they're fearful or uncomfortable because of your attendance. I, on the other hand, feel safer that you are here. If we were to play out hypotheticals in reference to an elected official being concerned about somebody harming, it's not going to be coming from the likes of you. And so I appreciate your attendance this evening. I think it definitely opens the eyes of the public in reference to how some elected officials are choosing to go up and beyond the scope of their elected position to take away your rights. As a council member, we ended up having to take an oath. This was my oath when I was on the city council. We as council members have to solemnly swear or affirm that we would support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution and laws of the state of Washington. That we would faithfully and impartially perform and discharge the duties of the office of council member of the city of Oak Harbor. And we have to swear to that. We take that oath. This evening, we had a couple council members that were doing just the opposite. And so I apologize for that possible action. I'm glad we didn't get to that point. But once again, I apologize for you having to go through that. You took it in great stride. You didn't have to answer the questions why some council members who still choose to do that.
Okay, thank you for playing that. I really hats off to that city council and mayor. There was an oath of office that each and every one of you on the dais took to uphold the U.S. Constitution, that the rights of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. It's very simple. This resolution on deck right now calls for our legislature and congressional representatives to ban military-style guns. What in the world does that mean? That is incredibly ambiguous. Do you understand that the military standard handgun issue is a 9mm semi-automatic? That's what I use for concealed carry. And that's what the majority of the citizens of Texas, of Travis County, of Austin use for concealed carry. This resolution calls for banning 9mm. Does that make any, Councilmember Spellman, it does. The language is military style. Military style is also 9mm. Until you change the language of this resolution, you are calling for 9mm ban. You need to understand what you are actually voting on. The right to protect ourselves is a divine right. Even Mahatma Gandhi strongly supported arming citizens, and you can't get any more liberal than Gandhi. This resolution is not a liberal policy. It's an authoritarian act to disarm 9mm handguns from peaceable citizens who have not committed any crimes and who did not commit the crimes at Sandy Hook. Keep your hands off our right to protect ourselves here in Texas and honor your oath. Thank you.